And here it is, the Mercedes-Benz G580 with EQ technology, the very first all-electric G-Class. We are looking forward to show you everything you need to know about this amazing car. My name is Tony and I welcome you to join this exclusive walk-around. The G-Class has one of the most iconic silhouettes Mercedes-Benz has ever built. And as you can see with our Edition 1, the G580 is still very much a G-Class. It was important for us to keep what makes this model so unique, while also making it stand out from the combustion engine models. One of the big visual highlights is right here in the front with the new black panel grille that carries the G-Class specific radiator grille into the age of electromobility and ensures an unmistakable appearance. It is fitted with an LED strip that displays an amazing light animation. This brand new color, South Sea Blue Magno, is only available for the electric G-Class. And on top, we offer the Edition 1 in 4 additional colors, every one of them a perfect match to this EQ specific edition with all its blue details we will discover in the next minutes. For example, the protective strip, which is complemented by a blue stripe. The rims have also been renewed and aerodynamically improved. On the Edition 1, they are 20 inches in size and completely black. We also introduced blue brake calipers that complement the EQ-specific appearance of this special version. And as we are already close to the wheel, I'd like to say a few words about the electric drive concept of the G580. Because 1 out of 4 individual electric motors is directly connected to one wheel. As they are individually controllable, the vehicle offers unique driving characteristics, both on-road and off-road. We'll go into more details later. One small but very cool detail is located right here in the doors. The Edition 1 gets black doorknobs with an embossed G. Let's move on to the bonnet, which we have raised slightly for the all-electric G-Class. By doing this, we have optimized the aerodynamics and the pedestrian protection of the car. Furthermore, there's an additional spoiler lip on the roof that helps with optimizing airflow. Coming to the side of the car, you can see another aerodynamical adjustment we made. On the rear wheels, we integrated so-called air curtains. These cutouts in the wheel arch extensions ensure better air circulation. Coming to the rear, we have the iconic spare wheel, of course. But wait, one thing has changed. With the Edition 1, we are introducing the new G-Class design box. As you can see, it is perfectly adjusted to the color of the car and to the window of the rear door. What's inside, you are asking? Let's have a look. It's the perfect compartment for your charging accessories. That is what leads us to our next topic, charging and range. And since this is the first ever electric G-Class, we should definitely talk about it. The G580 with EQ technology has enough battery and range for your daily adventure. Of course, we don't let him compete against range champions like the EQS, but he competes to be the best electric off-road vehicle in the world. With one charge, our legendary Mount Schöckl in Austria can be conquered more than 13 times. That corresponds to an altitude higher than Mount Everest. And after an extensive off-road tour, you can charge your G-Class with your Mercedes-Benz wallbox with up to 11 kW comfortably at home. If you need it to be a little bit faster, you can use DC chargers with speeds up to 200 kW. Let's jump to the interior, where the G580 awaits you with a ton of cool new features. But first of all, let's listen to the amazing sound experience. That's what we call G-Roar, and it brings the typical G-Class sound into the electric future. And besides this cool aura and several event sounds, we will delight you with the very emotional G-Class specific driving sound for this all-electric model. As I already mentioned, there are 5 different colors available in the exterior. Meanwhile, the interior of the Edition 1 always comes in leather nappa in the new color Silver Pearl Black. The blue details of the Edition 1 exterior are also reflected in the interior with these blue carbon trim parts and the really cool blue stitchings. There are also some essential features in the MBUX of the G580, like for example the EQ screen that shows you essential information like your state of charge, range and consumption. Another cool feature is the electric intelligent navigation that computes the energy demand for the calculation of the route. The topography, route, heat and cooling requirements, as well as charging stations along the route and more are all taken into consideration to plan the perfect trip. But now let's talk about the highlight of the electric G-Class, its off-road capabilities. Let's move to our G580 in the color Desert Sand and a more off-road oriented configuration to learn more about it. So obviously, we are not making any compromises when it comes to the off-road capabilities of the electric G-Class. The 4x4 qualities of the G, which have always set the highest standard, will not just find their way into the age of electric mobility, but will push boundaries even further. The chassis design remains extremely off-road capable. Typical G-Class, leather frame, an independent suspension at the front axle, and a newly developed rigid rear axle for the integration of the all-electric powertrain. Accordingly, the G580 comes with a slope climbing ability of up to 100%, is stable at tilt angles of 35 degrees, and has a maximum fording depth of 850 mm when driving through water. That's 150 mm more than with the combustion models. With the low range button, we activate a 2-gear transmission with an off-road reduction like in every conventional G-Class. This means more torque, very efficient recuperation and more off-road performance. And as every G-Class comes with differential locks, so does the electric one. But here we are not talking about mechanical components, here we are talking about virtual locks, which are realized by torque vectoring. That means if one of the 4 electric motors has no grip, the electric powertrain shifts automatically from one to another within milliseconds. And to top it off, the G580 with EQ technology comes with various other helpful features for driving on unpaved terrain. By now, most of you probably know the G-turn, which allows the vehicle to turn on the spot. This not only looks impressive, but is also incredibly helpful when an obstacle appears in front of you. You can also look forward to G-steering, which can be used to minimize the cornering radius on narrow trails and in tight curves. And with off-road crawl, we are providing you with a new kind of off-road cruise control where you set the speed and the G580 is riding up and downhill automatically. You can just focus on steering the car. But that's not all about these features. We will have deep dives on several topics coming to the G-Class private lounge. So stay tuned for more. I hope all of you are just as excited about the first electric G-Class as we are. Also check out the other walkarounds for both the G500 and the Mercedes-AMG G63. But for now, thanks for joining and see you next time.